Hello everyone, welcome to a new video in my channel, and in this video we're going to be reacting to a show called Moment of Truth that was inspired by a Colombian one where the contestants are asked 21 questions, and the more they go on with the show, the more personal the questions are going to get, and the winning prize is $500,000. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see what people put themselves into to get that little cash. So without further ado, let's get started.
This episode was so controversial, it sparked a long debate as to whether or not to air it at all. Quite honestly, if I had my vote, it would not air.
Imagine you come home and you're watching your TV in your living room, bathroom, kitchen, whatever you watch your TV at, and you see this show. And this is like the first time you're seeing this show, and this is the first time you're hearing the host, and you hear him say these words. You're like, what? Like, what is this? Because keep in mind, a group of people came up with this show. A group of people were like, yeah, let's do this. This is a great idea. And they went with it.
Well, let's meet him right now. Who's here?
I'm Frank, Lauren's husband.
Hello, Frank.
When you start watching these shows and then you see the people that are with the person, obviously, I want you guys to, in this specific episode, to look at this man. This man right here. Whoever made these questions had to hate this guy. Had to. I think they probably was like, yo, this is the people that you're going to be making questions about. And they just saw this guy and they were like, fuck this guy. I hate this guy. Just by looking at him. Look at this guy. And they were like, we're going to do everything in our power to end this man's life in this show right now. So keep that in mind when we watch this show. They just straight up come for this man's life.
I'm Jay, Lauren's father.
I'm Kim, Lauren's mother. Hi, I'm Monica, Lauren's sister.
As an employee of a hair salon, have you ever told a customer you liked their hairstyle when in fact you did?
Well, no, I have never.
So the questions start real nice. They start a little, just a little nice little questions to kind of get the crowd going. And they're nice. They're not too compromising questions. But I wanted to show you these questions because this just shows you how it kind of, the levels, it starts real nice and then it just gets crazier. So I skipped over a lot of them. So I went on to the questions that I felt were kind of the craziest. So yeah, buckle up.
Question 2. Have you ever flashed a stranger just for laughs?
This man, look how he's smiling. He's just glowing with life. But in a couple more questions, you're going to be able to see that perfect moment where the body drops, where the soul leaves the body. And it's so sad. It's really sad, man. Like, I know I'm laughing and it's kind of messed up, but it's just so messed up what they did to this man on this show. And I'm not going to, not emphasize it enough.
I'm going to have to say yes, Mark. I have.
I'm not going to say I flash people in the street. I've never, especially a stranger, I don't think I've ever done that. But hey, there's people that do and then they enjoy it. And if there was consent in it, it's all cool. Most of the time, our parents don't know that we do this crazy stuff. So imagine you first finding out that your daughter flashed a stranger on national TV. You can see the mother's face. Look at the mother's face. So the show had this thing where if a question was too crazy, you could press a button and the question was skipped and another question was asked.
Would you say you're a trustworthy person?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yes,
People can count on you?
I think so.
Question 5. Have you ever been fired from a job for stealing money?
Yes, I have gotten fired from job.
Look at the mom's face. I'm still not over her mom's face. You can see the cringe is oozing out of her pores. And not only that, but I wanted to add that her husband is a cop. Throughout the whole show, the host tells the contestant like, hey man, listen, you don't have to do this. That question about you stealing the money, that was a pretty deep question. So you don't have to go through the rest of this. Like, you can leave anytime. And he does that throughout the whole show because you can tell that he's genuinely worried about this woman. And so, because he knows the questions that they're going to ask and she knows the questions they're going to ask. So they're in kind of like this moment where you know what's going to happen. So please, like, stop this. Don't put yourself through this, humiliation. But her family's like, yeah, go all the way, bitch. And her husband is happy. You can see him smiling. He's like, yeah, baby, go all the way. Like, I love you. Mwah.
Question 7. Since you've been married, have you ever pretended to be asleep in order to avoid having sex with your husband, Frank? What do you think the answer is?
Clear answer. We'll see.
So, all right.
Pretended to be asleep, pretended to have a headache, so yes.
That answer is true.
Look at this man's face, man. Look at this man's face. This man's whole manhood and his whole life, his whole career was put on the line. That's the first time when I was watching this, I was like, holy fuck. They straight up came for this man's neck. So imagine all the times that this has happened. She's like, oh, I got a headache, baby. And he's just like, oh, what, baby, I love you. Don't worry about it. And now he knows that she's been faking the shit out of that. So imagine how he feels. You can see it in his face that it changed from the little smiley that he had before to this. You could tell that this is going to be a crazy ride.
Promised you that these questions would get more personal. They were already very personal, far more personal than half the people watching the show would even endure. And I'm looking at this next tier, not later on, right now. It's going to get deep. You want to continue?
Well, to be honest, I am really not concerned about the money.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. How's the communication between you and your husband, Frank?
We're working on it. We're working on it.
Yeah, Frank?
Yeah.
Have you ever taken off your wedding ring to appear as if you were single?
That's a good one. Yeah. Right in the ticker, right there.
I tried to warn you.
No, it's okay. Yes, I have.
And her smiling and giggling throughout all of this fuckery, I want to say. I'm sorry. I don't even know what else to call it. But just proves that she don't give a fuck about this man's life. You could see it in his face that he's already just regretting everything. If they pay the money, I'll give that shit back. I was like, man, screw all of you.
I look at the question. I don't know you guys before we meet here. And this is a doozy. Stop me before I ask the question if you don't want to answer it.
No, Lauren.
Hit the button if you don't want to hear the answer. So I'll just ask you this before we get into the question. Did you and your husband have a nice honeymoon?
It was nice.
We had a good time. We enjoyed ourselves.
Do you believe you might have been in love with a former boyfriend on your wedding day?
Yes, I believe I was.
I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, what can I say? What can you say when you see this? Like, this man went through a whole marriage. Like, this man paid money. This man did a lot of things to make this woman happy because he thought that she was probably the woman of his life. And this bitch is doing this shit. That she's saying, man, fuck you. I would have, oh my God, bro. I don't even know what to even feel, bro. Like, I don't even know. Just when you thought our friend Frank was going to catch maybe a little break, this show was like, no, man. And Lauren here, not only has she been hiding to certain people that she's married by hiding her ring, she, lies that she got headaches or stuff like that to not have sex with our friend here. And she said that she was in love with another man while they were getting married. If you thought that was bad, just wait till you see what comes next. Our poor friend Frank is going to get destroyed. I mean, you're gonna see the soul leave the body like I mentioned before. You'll see.
I don't think you really are ready for number 15, but if you want it, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay?
You're making this worse than it is.
I don't think I can make this worse than it is. This is your $100,000 moment of truth. And this question will not be asked by me. It's by a surprise guest.
Oh my.
And to add insult to injury to our boy here, the guy that you just saw walk in is the guy that she's in love with. That when they mentioned before that, she was in love when she was getting married, that this is the guy. And to make it even crazier, his name is also Frank. So that's kind of weird. She's like, she has this weird Frank fetish thing going on. And I died when this man is grabbing this man's hand to like pretty much tell him like, you're gonna be okay. Don't worry. Just because she's in love with another man and just because she doesn't want to have sex with you, just because she's hiding that she's with you, doesn't mean that you're gonna get hurt, because I got you, boy.
If I wanted to get back together with you, would you leave your husband?
The host tells Frank that he could press the button anytime if he doesn't want to hear this answer, but Frank already made up his mind. He's willing to take that L all the way to the grave. This man is already dead, but he's walking. He's a walking dead man. So Hannah Montana here pressed the button because she says that nobody wants to hear that. We do. We do, sweetheart. We all invested in this. We want to know if this chick is doing both Franks at the same time. We want to know. And I'm pretty sure Franks wants to know too. And what makes it even crazier is if somebody asks you a question, a yes or no question, and you press the button that, decides that you're not going to answer, do you think that is going to make it better? I don't think so. I think that makes it even worse because you're hiding it. You're hiding the answer, therefore it may be true. But these guys are smart, man. I'm telling you, look what they do.
Frank wanted to hear the answer to this question. There's another question that your ex-boyfriend Frank will ask in place. Once again, question 15.
Do you believe I'm the man you should be married to?
Am I the man that you should be married with? He's asking that question in front of the man that she's been married to for 2 years. He's also asking that question in front of her parents and her siblings in live television. And you're going to be surprised, right? I'm sure you're going to be so surprised to hear our beautiful Lauren's answer. You're going to be so surprised, I'm sure.
I want to be honest and say yes.
That answer is true.
Well, Frank, is there anything you want to say at this point?
There's really nothing else I can really hear, so might as well just go for it.
He needs some milk.
Are you unhappy?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
2 seconds later.
I'm going to keep on going because
I will let you know that the questions I've already asked you, a couple of them, are way over my line. This one's further than that. You probably know what's coming next.
I think so.
And you want it anyway. Question 16. Since you've been married, have you ever had sexual relations with someone other than your husband?
This is not even a surprise anymore. We know. Oh, we know, Lauren. We know what you've been doing, girl. There's no surprise here. It's just, just know that you're going to be divorced by the end of that show. I just hope that you're doing well right now and that everything is working out for you.
I'm going to have to say yes.
After all the pain that she caused our boy Frankie here, after all the stuff that was said, after all the stuff, they ask her one last question. And she's already made it this far. She's already, told herself that she's going to keep going regardless of how she's destroying her home and all the stuff that's been happening. And look how it all ends.
Do you think you're a good person?
Honestly, I think I am a good person.
So your answer is?
Yes.
False.
Well, in case you were wondering, she lost everything. She lost the money. She lost probably her marriage. She lost the respect of her parents. And she lost her dignity, I guess. I don't know. But I want to end it right here, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did, because I was laughing the whole time I was editing and I was doing the, everything here. But if you guys liked what you guys saw, make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and I will be posting more videos, man. I hope you guys have a good day, a good night, depending on when you see this, and I'll see you next time. Peace.